Hey, well, George Kittle ended up forgetting the quarterbacks. Let's talk about that. No one mentioned the quarterbacks in the entire show.
Not a single person.
I mean,
Why?
like, Greg Papa asked George Kittle to talk about the state of the offense, and he was just like Trent Williams. He went through every single player and just conveniently forgot about quarterbacks. No one talked about Jimmy Garoppolo. No one said the words Jimmy Garoppolo or Trey Lance the entire time. How do you hold on? Let's just say, first of all, that wasn't by mistake. That was planned. Okay.
Of course it
no
was.
questions, no mentions. How do you interpret it?
I just think that nobody wants to talk about it because it is going to be a full-on competition. And whoever wins the competition, as a franchise, they would like to think that they don't know who that is, which technically, until we see Lance perform, we can't give him the job. But the fact that they're not talking about any of the quarterbacks tells you that there's a full-blown competition coming up. And we're about to see what Jimmy's really made of. We're about to see what Trey's made of right now this early in his career. But you're right. He talked about everybody. He talked about Ayuk. He talked about the running back room. He talked about the tight end room. He talked about the offensive lines. He literally talked about every single position, but did not mention the quarterback.
He talked about
even talked about Bosa, yeah.
But not the quarterback of the team.
Right.
So I think it's a lot of things going on here. One, the organization's like, let's not go. But other thing is, how many guys like Kittle and Juszczyk have kind of gotten themselves burned by going out there and saying things about quarterbacks? Like, yeah, Jimmy looks great, or we believe in Jimmy. Like, oops, pull the rug out from underneath you on that one, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's
true.
You know what?
We'll just not say anything from now on.
Juice came out, what was it, early in the offseason? He's like, Jimmy's our quarterback. Doesn't matter who we take. And then it was like, well, I mean,
why all this speculation that we're trying to move on? Because you are trying to move on.
Right. Absolutely. He said, this new camera is just, it's too much.
Like it's fisheye lens, like Bad Boy style. So yeah, no one mentioned the quarterbacks. It was like, maybe if we just don't say their names, no one will notice it. Maybe we just keep asking questions about the crowd. This is what gets me about these state of the franchise things. Like, I appreciate them giving us something to talk about in June when there's absolutely nothing going on, but it's like, it's propaganda. Could we please get a real question? One.
Yeah.
But no, it's not. It's not a press conference. It's state of the franchise. And the state of the franchise is very strong because the fans are back. I think that's what I learned is the main problem last year was there weren't enough fans.
Absolutely.
Seth says when George talked about his broken foot, it almost felt like he was low-key blaming Jimmy. Just what I thought. No, that was Mullins was playing when he broke his foot. Am I wrong? No, it was Mullins was playing. But maybe, I mean, you just have to blame Jimmy for it anyway. You know, bad juju.
Well, he got his knee strung out from Jimmy. That didn't help things. But he that was a couple things he did talk about. So one, he did say that Trent is inspired and wants to win a Super Bowl. So that's good. We talked about winning and wanting to be a leader. So that's good. I'm glad
they just made him the highest paid offensive lineman of all time. I mean, being inspired is good. I like that.
But he also talked about walking on these steel poles that he has and how it's strengthened his ankles and his knees. And that's what he's his ankles and his feet. And that's what he's put a lot of focus in, is strengthening those parts of his body because he feels like they have been weak areas for him. Well, yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
So it's interesting, but that's good. I mean, he knows what he's doing. He's definitely got the right people in place to train him, it sounds like.
It just seems like with this quarterback thing, like there's nothing they can say. What do you say? How's Trey looking? Good. Well, what does that mean about Jimmy? How's Jimmy looking? Good. Well, what does that mean about Trey?
There's a no-win. There's a no-win for him. It really is. And even when they don't say anything, they still got us speculating about it. So there really is a no-win for him.
But just the idea of doing a state of a franchise event and not mentioning the quarterback position once is rich. I mean, it's almost ambitious, and I applaud the fact that they tried to pull it off. I mean, some people might not have even noticed.
They didn't say. I mean, nothing, not even a name. When he talked about the the running back room, he even mentioned Jeff Wilson, who's missing half the season.
Yes.
But he didn't mention Jimmy or Trey. That's a little interesting, to say the least.